2013 was a great year, and 2014's off with a bang. We're here at CES, and there's a lot of talk about the polar vortex right now, and we have a couple new Canadian customers, so it's kind of good timing for people to be watching more TV while it's pretty cold out there. So we have launched Shaw and Bell, both using Primetime, and they've initially launched a few brands on different platforms. So for Bell, they've launched CTV to go. I think that's on iOS and Android thus far. But they're both using Primetime, both the players and ad insertion, DRM, and other capabilities. So they really came to Adobe looking to help get TV to every device, and obviously that's the goal of Primetime. So we're really excited to be working with Shaw on all of their brands, Shaw Go, et cetera, and Bell on brands like CTV, and both of them will roll out more brands for both live and VOD viewing. In 2013, for Primetime supported desktop, iOS, and Android, and those are the three platforms we started with. And at the very end of 2013, we actually launched two additional platforms support with Primetime, and that's Xbox and Roku. And that means that you can stream your content using HLS to all of those platforms. We will add Dash in 2014. You can protect your content. You can insert ads seamlessly into both live and on-demand content, and you can use analytics, leveraging Adobe Analytics, formerly known as Omniture, which obviously is the industry standard for web and video analytics. So really what Primetime means is it gives you all the capabilities you need as a television broadcaster or a cable operator, not only to get television content to your audiences, but to understand what they're watching, to support your business model, whether it's subscription or advertising. And so we're really excited to bring Primetime to additional platforms. Well, obviously, advertising is one of the core kind of fundamental ways to monetize television content. And I think it really signals the fact that television on devices and television over the internet is no longer an experiment. It's becoming a business, and it's becoming kind of a standard offering for different companies. I have a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old. When they're very soon, their expectation is always, I can watch the show that I'm interested in on any device. I don't have to think about what type of phone I have, whether it's a phone or a game console or a laptop computer. It doesn't matter. The content will just be there. And bringing the advertising with that is critical, right? Obviously, you won't get content everywhere if you can't bring the business model that sustains that content with it. And so the great thing about dynamic ad insertion, and it's something that's been supported in Primetime since the beginning, is the ability to really seamlessly insert ads, maintain the best possible user experience, but also maintain the flexibility of choosing which ad to serve at the last possible second, right? So you can still do targeting. So you get the great user experience that you expect from television, but you get all of the power of the internet for targeting and personalization. And then there are also things that we're doing to help with things like ad blockers and other practical problems that both publishers and advertisers need to work through. We're absolutely starting to look at 4K. I think that'll start to become a reality over the next couple of years. And again, I think it's just the having content accessible across all of these different screens is not yet a reality, right? I mean, TV Everywhere is getting to be everywhere, and over the next couple of years, it truly will be everywhere. And I think once you have so much content across all these devices, I think you'll see a lot of interesting new ways for consumers to figure out what they want to watch, right? And piece together the content that they're most interested in across all these devices. So I would say we're now in we were kind of in the crawl phase. I think we're starting to walk, and over the next couple of years, you'll see, I think, a lot of new ways for consumers to aggregate content in interesting ways, whether it's through existing services like Xfinity or in other ways, and really kind of personalize the content. One of the analogies that I always use is, when you turn on your TV, it should know what you've watched in the past. It's a pretty straightforward thing for your TV to know. There are certain sports teams that we always watch. There are certain TV shows that my kids always watch. And it should basically show you all of the new episodes that you've watched across all the content that you're interested in. So step one is really getting the content to the consumer. And step two, what I'm really excited about over the next couple of years is really, really interesting ways of redefining what the consumer television experience is. And there's so many exciting things that are possible now that all of this is over the internet.